Okay, Paul, this video is for you. Here we are with your bike. It's under the blanket staying nice and warm. I needed to make this video for you so that you can understand what is happening with your key switch and why it's offering so much problems. This is a soldering wire for the circuit board, which as you can see is hanging out of your bike right now. I've replaced this black with white wire, and I've replaced the white wire below it as well. They wire in to this new soldering joint I put right there, and that heat shrink was from a previous technician. But for the most part, the board, as you see it, is in good condition. All right, now, with respect to the board, the way this board mounts into your headlight bucket is through this teeny little slot right here. If you can see this, my thumb is pointing at it. And there's four. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 is hiding underneath these wires, but you get the idea. There's a 4 slot there. Okay, so when this board goes up inside the headlight bucket, it mounts onto these tabs right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 consecutively. These tabs, literally just like tinfoil, they just get folded over and they hold the board up against the key switch, which you could see is we're looking at the under part of it here. So there's the top of the key switch, and here we are underneath it. And so those 4 tabs, right? They fold into position and they hold the board up inside. It actually goes like that, right? And it just mounts, right? And like that. Okay. Now, part of the reason why we're having problems getting power with your bike is because your key switch is completely worn out. Short story, we need to replace it. And we're going to have to find a replacement somewhere, but this one's worn out. Here's what I'm seeing with your key switch. On the top here, I'll turn this switch and I'm going to keep jiggling it. I'm just going to pan back. And you see that black mark that's in there? I'm still jiggling the key. So I'm going to pull back, and you'll see that that black mark doesn't move. And it doesn't move for about 10 degrees. I apologize, the lighting is terrible, but I'm doing my best here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn this switch as if it were 25 degrees. You can see that, right? So we're going to go underneath here, and you'll see that the mark has moved, but it hasn't moved 25 degrees. Now we're going to move the switch back to center, and then we'll go back underneath to the key switch, and you'll see that it's still in the same position. It hasn't moved. See? So here we are, well, not quite on center, but we're pretty close. Okay, there's center. And then you go underneath, and you'll see that it hasn't moved. So your key switch is late. And when you turn the key, you'll see the black mark move back and forth there. The lighting is terrible, I apologize. But it's late. I can move this switch and it's late on there. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to pause the video here and I'm going to change the camera position. I'm going to pull the key switch out and I'm going to show you like a really intense close-up of why your key switch is late and worn out and why we need to replace it. Okay, here we go.